Hey, and welcome to Lab Rats, your favorite tech podcast, where we help you understand technology. We'll explain it for you. And
we get all excited as well.
We get all excited. It's crazy.
My name's Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers. We've got a very important topic today.
Yes, it's very serious.
We're going to teach you...
How to find... No, we're not going to...
No, we're going to teach you how to keep your kids safe from what he was about to suggest. We're going to look at parental controls today on Lab Rats.
To keep your children safe from the evils of the internet.
Yeah, it's a dangerous place out there. It's kind of like the Wild West still. Even, this far in, it's got a lot of people on it. Most of the world seems to be on the internet these days, but it's still got that sort of freewheeling mentality that it had back in the early days where anything goes. And anything going isn't exactly safe if you're putting your kids on the internet and letting them loose.
That's right. So today we're going to teach you how to protect your kids on your computer with all kinds of different fun methods. But first,
we're going to take a break.
Because
we need to pay the bills.
That's right. So we'll be back after this with parental controls from Lab Rats today on the show. Hey, so, part of the reason why I wanted to do this episode was because of my social life.
You have a social life?
I have a social life.
Thank you, Matt.
Couldn't resist, sorry.
So I have a lovely new girlfriend, and she has a son, a 6-year-old boy, who loves to come over here and play on my computer and play with all of my little gadgets and stuff like that.
And he's been into your bookmarks?
No, he hasn't. But, but it comes to mind. It comes to mind, you're like, well, what if this child stumbles over nakedpeople.com or... yummy people who forgot their underpants.com or something like that. What will be the impact, right?
Yeah, it doesn't take too long, even if you're not particularly looking for stuff like that. It's one thing to know to look for that, but some of this stuff, it's linked from places that you're not expecting, keywords that you're typing in that seem innocent enough.
Right. Well, you could be, honestly, you could be searching medical terms, right? Something innocent.
Or you're doing a high school project or like a grade school project on Canada's national rodent, the beaver.
The beaver. Yes, the beaver.
Stuff starts coming out that you're not necessarily expecting as a child when you don't know about these things.
If I can find my composure here. Yeah, that's right. So, anyway.
It can happen.
Anyway, so we're going to show you some tips and tricks on how to protect the children in your life from naughty things on the internet, including small rodents that build dams on rivers.
And the word dam as well. You don't want that word popping up out of nowhere. See, Canada's national animal is obscene.
It is obscene. It's not. It's PG-14.
I'm writing my MP.
Good.
Anyways.
Right, good. On that note, let's get started. So, I would say the first place to start, let's start with easy.
Easy.
And move progressively to more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, easy. So, there are search engines on the internet, right? Google.com, Yahoo.com, AltaVista.com if it's still around, right?
Yeah, it is.
So you're going to go out there and you're going to search a term, and all of a sudden, if you type in the word beaver, you don't want specific sites to show up, but you want sites to show up around the flappy little rodents, right? So all these search engines have a special search mode. I'm going to take you right now to Google.com, and I'm going to type in the word P-O-R-N. Porn, right? It's a generic term for naughtiness. And I'm going to say Google search. And
whoa,
what's going to come up is, it didn't find anything. Now, interestingly enough, why not? Didn't it find? Because porn you would think would be a universal term. Well,
there's a lot of it out there.
There is a lot of it out there. But I've turned...
Maybe Google just hasn't indexed any of it.
No, they have. I trust me. But I've turned on a special feature on Google called Safe Search. So Safe Search is a service on Google that actually turns off all the naughtiness or at least alerts you to the naughtiness before you're going to go to the naughty sites.
Yes.
So as a parent, if you have a child who's using a computer and they use Google a lot, you can actually go turn that on. So let me show you how to do that, shall I? So if you go to google.com or .ca or wherever country you're in, you want to click on, see right here, this little thing called Preferences. You're going to click on Preferences. And go down the page, and you're going to see, it says Safe Search Filtering. You have 3 options. You can say, do not filter any search results at all. Give it to me all. Give me all information about all the little critters on the dams. You could also have a moderate filter setting, which is filtered explicit images, because Google sometimes finds pictures. But that's it. Don't worry about the text. We're okay with the text. Or you can say use strict filtering. That's what I did here. And as soon as you turn that on and you save the preferences, then Google, if you type in a word that may have a double meaning, it will only show you the safe sites. It will only show you the sites that you want your children to see.
A little bit boring if you're not a child potentially, but you know, you can always do the search and it says safe search is on, and you can potentially turn that off if you have access to that account.
Now, if you have if you use one of these search engines, that's not Google, there are these features. You have to dig a bit deeper into the preferences and that sort of thing and look around. But generically, the term is called safe search. So just type in safe search and then the search engine name. In the search engine, you'll find instructions on how to activate that if you want to do that. So that's the easy way to do it. Now, number two. You could find parental controls or parental filters, not filters for parents, but filters that parents turn on. There's a couple of commercial applications you can use. First, though, I'm going to mention one that comes free with Windows Vista. If you have a computer built-in with Windows Vista and you're using either Home Premium or Vista Ultimate, this is a feature that's built in. So I'm going to go into my Start button here, and I'm going to type parental. Just the word parental, and parental controls will come up. And
Much different than prenatal.
very different than prenatal. And what comes up is I choose a user account that I'm going to protect. So what you'd want to do is go in and create a specific account for your child that you want to protect. Turn this thing on. So I've created an account called LabRat, which is our child.
It looks a little bit like Biff,
It does look a little bit like.
but then again, so do you.
And I'm going to turn that on. Now, so then once you select the account that you're going to actually set the settings on, you turn parental controls on initially, and then you can set time limits for the child. You know, if the child can only use the computer between this time and that time, you can filter by game, appropriate games, for example, and you can also block specific or allow specific programs on your computer as well. So it's not just internet filtering, it's also control of the system itself as well.
The interesting thing about this is why you'd want another solution like this on top of this, unlike with the Google thing that you showed earlier, is if you're a 12-year-old boy and you already know a naughty site and you just want to go there and just type the URL directly into the browser, no amount of safe searching on Google will help you. It'll just go straight through to that. So this will intercept it before it goes on. So
Absolutely, very good, yeah. Yeah, and you know, just to add something on about the parental controls there, you know, in Vista, when you invoke that, you can also actually have web filtering as well. So universally, when you connect to the internet, this filtering is going to watch what is connected to, and then will either block inappropriate sites or will actually alert you for a password to let you in. Now, it's not built into Windows XP, so if you have other versions of Windows, or you want a more enhanced experience in terms of parental controls, there are third-party applications, and one of them that I quite like is called NetNanny. Now, NetNanny is an application you install. It's commercial software. And what happens is you can actually filter time. You can filter for content and things like that. I will demonstrate how it works, though. I'm going to go to Google here, and I'm going to type in the generic word porn, right? But I know I'm going to find search results that's going to be unsavory. So I'm going to click on Google search. And there you go. So NetNanny is going to pop up, and it's going to say, you know, I have three choices. Request override. So I am a child. Hey, Daddy, can you come and let me see this site? Or override, which gives me a password prompt, which I'm going to do now. Or you can go back and say, okay, I don't want to do this.
well, son, I don't think you're quite ready for that kind of content yet.
So I'm going to push that button, and I'm going to type. So we're going to now look for the word. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. We better not let you see that.
Yeah, that was pretty naughty.
We shone in his underpants. Anyway, so that's software solutions, and in fact, Miss Download a little later on in the show will have another program too that competes with NetNanny, so you can see another options. And finally, I wanted to mention hardware solutions. Now, there are companies that you can that will make products that will actually help you filter your internet experience. This is called a router called Secret Subway, and this product basically has built-in filtration that will filter it at the level of the hardware. So there's no software pops or anything like that. It just stops it, right? And you can configure the controls directly inside of the router. It also provides wireless networking in your home and shares your internet. So, but protects your entire home. So it might actually not be a bad idea. And this is called Secret Subway, secretsubway.com.
So there are some basic parental controls built into some other routers from the major manufacturers. This is designed specifically for that, probably more advanced than
That's true,
ones that are found in there.
Yeah, and if you're a super geek, you can actually filter by port and things like that. We won't cover that topic today on this show, because but that's certainly one thing. Some people will filter chat or other types of specific ports in their routers to block certain activities. But again, you need a little bit of more geeky experience to figure those out.
Now you showed off a whole pile of Windows over there. I just want to point out that it's built into the Mac as well, into OS 10, the newer versions of it. So to configure parental controls, again, you'd have to have a separate account that was for the child or whoever else you wanted to have access to that, but you wanted to control their access. You go into System Preferences, and there's a thing down here called Parental Controls, oddly enough. You click through to there, and now when that's up, you can actually select the user that you want. So I'm clicking on you there. It's actually locked out by default so that kids can't go in there and change this. So you go in there, type your password, then click on the user you want to configure, and then it'll give you a lot of the same things you were talking about for Vista. So you can filter by specific program, give them access to that or not. You can filter by content and say hide the profanity that's in the dictionary, restrict websites to very specific websites, or block particular websites.
Does it block the word beaver?
Depending, you could add that.
It's customizable.
There's definitely customization here. Mail and iChat, so if you're worried about who your kids are talking to via mail or instant messaging, that you can limit it that way. And time limits, you can limit how long they can stay on in general. So if you don't want them using the computer more than 2 hours a day at any point, you can do that. Or you can say, okay, it's bedtime at 8 o'clock, and you're not allowed to use it until you wake up again.
I think this is one of the favorite features the parents have in these applications, is you can actually filter for time. So you can only use it after your homework's done, or and stop it at bedtime, that sort of thing. So it's a handy little feature.
Yeah, and same thing, override. You can override these things as the parent as well. So.
Got it. Very good. Okay, awesome. All right, well, let's take a break, and when we come back, Miss Download's got another parental filter commercial software, and we also have Picture Time. Yay! Very exciting. So
And they're completely safe pictures, too.
That's
No
right.
need to filter.
our safe search is on here at Live Bets. All right, let's take a break, and we'll see you in a few minutes. I don't think I've laughed that hard in a little while, so if there are tears in my eyes, it's because I couldn't stop laughing in the break.
It was a pretty funny break.
It was very good. Anyway, Miss Download is back.
Yay!
As always, with a fabulous piece of software that she found out there on the internet or on twocows.com. And today, she's got a parental controls product that I think competes with NetNanny. So,
The other side of the story here.
there you go. So, let's go and see her. And when we come back, our favorite segment, Picture Time.
Hi, I'm Cheryl. Welcome to Miss Download. This program is for the parents. I found a program to help you protect your kids while they're on the web, and it is called Cyber Patrol. Really cool. It is $39.99 to download, and this is the initial page. And the first thing you want to do is manage user profiles. So you want to create different user profiles. Your profile obviously is the administrator profile, right? So that allows you to do anything and change anything that you want. And now in order to get into the Cyber Patrol headquarters and change things, you have to actually have a password. As the administrator, you're the only one who uses that password and can use it. So it also know that when you buy the program, the license allows you to install it on up to 3 different PCs. So if you have a network in your home, it's awesome. So you want to create different users. I've just for this particular thing, I've just created administrator. Now what we can do is I want to show you what it allows you to do. So let's customize filter settings. And it has a couple of different options. One of the options that I find really cool is a time management option, where you can go in and you can customize time restrictions. There's 2 different restrictions that you can use. One of them is blocked access completely, so they can't actually get on the internet. I've blocked access to the internet from 11 p.m. until 6 a.m. If your kid is going to get up at 6 a.m. to use the computer, then good on them, because I don't know any kid that gets up at 6 a.m. Anyway, and the other access is filtered access, where they have a limited access according to what you want them to see on the internet. So that's saved. Let's go to the web, we'll click on web and select web categories. We're going to click on that as well. This actually shows you how much is filtered out of every particular person. So this is the administrator profile, and these are all the sites that I get to see as the administrator. Now, I want to show you what it does for children and young teens. So if you have a child and you've created a profile for your child, this is actually what it filters out. So it actually filters out to a maximum level all of these specific categories or access to the web. Something else that I found that teenagers like to do is chat a lot. So they also have a chat guard in here. And what the chat guard allows you to do is to go in and block certain words and phrases. There are some questionable words and phrases as we go into this. I think that we have changed them though, just for the sake of the program and it being watchable. Also, they have a little Cyber Patrol hint that I found really neat because I wouldn't have known. I don't have kids, but as a parent, you don't want your kids to be identified when they're chatting to other people. So what this does is kind of give you a little reminder that maybe you want to block things like your family name, your child's name, your phone number, your address, or even the school that they go to. Now know that when they're on a chat program and they type in something that you've blocked, it won't actually shut down the chat program. What it'll do is just filter out the information for the people to see. So let's close that up, and some of the chat words that we've applied to all users are Andy, breasts, Cheryl, and Matt. Very bad words, I guess. So those are two of the really neat things that Cyber Patrol has. There are a lot of other different things. You can go through it from top to bottom that will help you to protect your children while they're on the web and while they're on the computer from all that stuff that you don't want them to see out there. My name is Cheryl Poirier. This is Miss Download, and catch us at butterscotch.com.
And now it is time on the show when we look at pictures. No, not the
Yay.
naughty pictures, but the good pictures of you, kind viewer. You sent it in to us, and we've decided to put it on our screen to make a tribute to you because you're fabulous.
Yes.
And you and your pets, anyway.
Yes, and we've done a little bit of safe filtering on this as well.
Okay, good. All right. So let's have a look. Who
Here we
do
go.
we have this week, Mr. Carruthers?
Well, first up, we have our good friend Devin,
Devin.
who's with his girlfriend,
Minnie.
Minnie Mouse. Yes.
Mouse. Very good.
They look like a very happy couple.
They are a lovely couple, aren't they?
Yes, so there you
Is
go.
this their honeymoon?
I think he picked her up at Disney World.
That's right. Okay, good.
There you go. So thank you,
Thank
Devin,
you,
for sending
Devin,
that
for
along
that in.
and subjecting yourself to another batch of ridicule.
That's right.
There we go. So we have Peter. We've seen Peter before. Remember back in the day we had a photograph of him breaking a board in doing Taekwondo?
Yes.
Well, this is a more touristy shot of him.
Right. Who's the pretty girl?
It's his girlfriend, Sarah.
Oh, she's so pretty.
And they're from Modesto, California, but
yeah.
obviously they're not
Bay
in
Area.
Modesto here.
Not far from it.
Not far.
Modesto's not far from the San Francisco Bay Area.
So they're close.
Well, thank you so much. That's fabulous.
There you go.
Okay, good.
And now we have David from Regina. And it looks like he's got two iPod Touches here. But I think it's actually just one mirrored, but it's a pretty cool effect.
That is a very cool picture.
I do like this.
That's very cool.
So-
And incidentally, Regina is a city in the prairies in central Canada, just
Yeah.
in case you're wondering.
In case you're thinking of safe filtering that name.
Here's the Queen's name, Regina.
There we are.
Come
It
on.
is.
It is.
And here we have Zane Savage. Confessions of a Lab Rats fan, his email said.
Right.
And he has
A lot
a
of
whole
lab
pile of
rats.
screens here with Lab Rats on them.
I like Zane.
And Zane actually has his own Ustream.tv show, so check
is?
it out. Yeah, so we'll
Should
put a
we
link
plug
to it here. Yeah,
Okay, good. Plug, plug, plug. There you go,
there you go.
Zane.
Hope,
Check 'em out.
hope all of our fans come over to you, and you be safe. Don't say anything naughty on your stream. Otherwise, we'll have to safe filter
you.
it. Yes.
That's right. Okay.
All right, and we do have Philip and his sister Yash,
Aw.
and they're in India.
Oh, fabulous. India.
So there you go.
Very good. Thank you for your pictures this week. They're fabulous.
I think we have one more.
Okay, what have you got? A beaver.
Yes.
Well, that's a critter that's from the heartland of Canada that builds dams and blocks rivers, and
Yeah.
it's safe filtered.
We ask you to send pictures of your pets. This is Canada's pet.
That's right. It's our national animal.
There you go.
There you go. Thank you for sending your pictures in this week. We love them. We absolutely love them. We love hearing from you. Make sure you tell us what your name is. If you're going to send a picture of your pet, what their pet's name is, and any salient information.
Of
You're
course.
going to send us pictures of your technology, your desktops, your television, whatever it is. Just give us information so we can mock you, really. Okay. Be sure to send it to
Canada's national animal is the beaver at labrats.tv.
Or
feedback@labrats.tv.
All right, well, thank you so much for tuning in this week or downloading and pushing play. We love you, and we're the Lab Rats. My name's Andy Walker,
I'm Sean Carruthers.
and we'll see you next time.
Are you ready? Try this at home.
Okay. All right, ready to go.